Hey, before you watch this thing, hit subscribe, would you?
Let me just say something. When I heard, so Jerry was in
Oh man, wait to hear this.
the movie Stand By Me. Now, when Stand By Me came out, I was in 8th grade, I believe, and an older guy said, yeah, there's a movie called Stand By Me. It's great. You probably won't like it, which I was like, automatically, having not seen it, I was like, absolutely go fuck yourself. How do you know what I would like or not like?
Maybe they thought you were like a Porky's guy or something.
Look, guilty as charged, but why can't you like both? No, I wasn't. It's an interesting, because it is it's a great movie, right?
It's a classic.
Yeah, now we consider it a classic. And then when I found out a guy from Stand By Me was in my class, when I heard the rumor, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, this is what I came to NYU Film School for, was to hobnob with kids like this. and then you can take it from there.
It's really funny. The fact that I was in Stand By Me.
This is really a good time.
It's something that is just always with me. And I got to tell you, at that age, it was a little tough because people would come up to me, and I'm not saying that you did this, but because I was 11 when I made it.
Yep.
And it came out when I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And 12-year-olds weren't really into that movie. And if they were, their friends were like, dude, you're not going to like this movie, you know? But typically older kids liked it. So when older kids would see me, they would say, hey, you're the fat kid from Stand By Me.
Right. How did you like that?
Neal, for years,
an intro.
And I have to tell you, even saying it now, it enrages me.
You've come to the right podcast. My God.
I've come to, I'm not going to say it doesn't anger me anymore, but I don't allow people to see it anger. I don't allow people to see it get a rise out of me. So, but also when you're 12, 13, 14, 15, when you move to Los Angeles and you're 22 and you go to a bar, and at that bar is a very famous actor, very top, number one, someone you aspire to be, and they're drunk, and the whole night they're calling you fat kid from Stand By Me, like, and you're there on a date.
The worst part is it's River Phoenix.
No, it's
we don't have to say who it was.
I don't even want to say who it was.
Yeah.
And it's like you want to fight people.
Okay, I guess my question is, what about it? Do they call you fat in the movie?
Yes.
Real fat.
That said, I've come to like, I get it. I'm the fat kid from Stand By Me. When I'm crossing the street and, someone driving a garbage truck yells fat kid from Stand By Me, I can't, am I going to chase after that garbage truck and say, take it back?
It's the fat part? Because you weren't fat. It was a small.
I guess it is.
Do you see it? Because you haven't been fat in 32 years that I know of.
Is this a good podcast to talk about stuff like this?
Absolutely.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
This is so do you use your body now, not as like a fuck you, but is there a part of you that likes staying in shape to rebuke those people?
There is a part of me that, am I going to drop an O-bomb? There is a part of me that is obsessed with not getting out of shape. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because I am not obsessed with shape. I don't take any drugs that would, I'm not, you can see I'm not on steroids, obviously.
Yeah. But you're in good shape though.
Yeah.
Like
and
hugging
by the way,
you just now. It's like you've always been in shape.
We are men of a particular age now.
Go fuck yourself. I believe it. Yep.
Established we were both freshmen together at New York University. And it's something that I think about a lot. That said, I'm very proud to have been a part of Stand By Me. It is why we're sitting here. Let's be for real.
Okay.
100%. I wouldn't be in this business. I wouldn't be married to Rebecca Romaine. None of this happens unless I'm in Stand By Me.
Yep.
It is crazy when I'm dating my wife for months. I'm going back 20 years now. And I'm out with her high school friends, and her high school friends, we have a few drinks, and her high school friends say, she was obsessed with Stand By Me and she loved the fat kid. And I was like, it even comes up there.
So she specifically,
but she didn't tell me. It was her friend that told me.
Could have been Corey, could have been River.
Yeah.
Could have been either one of the Corey. Wait, it was
Will Wheaton, Corey Feldman, and River Phoenix.
It could have been Will Wheaton.
So that said, being in Stand By Me, is, you can do the first ding and put the thing in back of me. It does. I do feel imposter syndrome everywhere I go because I'm not. Because I'm the fat kid from Stand By Me.
Oh, that's interesting. Like you feel.
So, for
like
example,
you're almost disappointing people that you're not
for
little
example,
and fat anymore.
Like by the way, Neal, you and I, not to pat ourselves on the back, but people watching your podcast need to know that everyone you bring on and we're lifers in this business. We've been doing it.
Yeah.
And at a pretty high level. And we're still here.
Yes.
And that's not to say we don't all of us deal with abject failure. Canceled shows.
We're going to get into that. I love that as it's
canceled shows, not getting roles. I didn't get a role this week. Mm-hmm. What the fuck, Neal? I was the fat kid in Stand By Me. This is crazy. So when I go on a set, for example, I'm an actor on a show called Billions. Highfalutin show. Paul Giamatti. I'm forgetting Damian Lewis. Corey Stahl.
Yep.
Best of the best.
Dan Soder. For fuck's sake.
Soder. I go on that set and I'm like, oh, man, I'm just a fat kid from Stand By Me. I shouldn't be doing scenes with these people, man.
But okay, well, I want to.
Damian Lewis was in Band of Brothers. Paul Giamatti. Was
in Private Parts. But you were great in Stand By Me.
I know.
What I'm saying is like,
I know.
Why do you think you're not great in it? Like what's the difference? I am interested in acting as so much of it is about your looks. That would sort of fuck with me in terms of like, as you get older, it shouldn't be. Aren't you more comfortable with how you look as you age? Yeah, you just kind of like,
there's nothing you can do.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? We can join 24-hour fitness and try and get on an elliptical for 20 minutes.
I don't think
a day.
That's gonna make a difference. It doesn't. It's skin. It's how tight is your skin to your fascia is like what it comes down to. It's like it's pretty random. What happens?
I started taking yoga with my wife, just really to appease my wife, and it's really healthy. It's like fun, It's
everybody knows
stuff.
about yoga. That's not new, but
and relaxing. Like you go in a dark room and
it's not that hard. The thing about yoga is not that hard.
Yeah, I feel like
You feel like you're doing something, but it's not really doing something.
Yeah,
it's like moving a very light couch.
I've only done it a month. It's almost like pickleball, and I feel like an expert.
That's a great analogy.
I'm like basically a yogi.
Hold on. How did you get Stand By Me?
Open call, New York City. Got a call back.
How did you audition?
Got a call back. Got 2 callbacks. We had an actor who lived on our street. I grew up in New York City, very Chelsea, artistic.
Like 21st
17th and 7th.
Yeah.
This is in the 70s and 80s. It was all lofts. It was all
Went
artists.
To the apartment. Yep.
A very gay neighborhood. So we had a guy who lived on our block, character actor named Blake Brocksmith. You can look him up. He was in the Flamingo Kid. He was a character actor, and we knew he was an actor. I think he did a few off Broadway shows in our neighborhood, and we would go see theater in our neighborhood. There was a famous theater on the east side called La Mama, and a place called Naked Angels. We may have seen him in a play or something. And my mom said, "You got to practice this screen test with this guy as he acted down the street," and he was a character actor, and he gave me such good like auditioning tricks. Like, you got to get into a fight with Corey Feldman's character, so don't talk to him until you come in the audition room and then fucking explode on him. And he gave me tricks. He gave me auditioning tricks, and I got the role.
Then did Corey audition with you?
They paired us up with a group of other kids.
Okay.
And Corey was one of the kids that I auditioned with. So I got it. And Neal, when I got to set, I got to tell you, up until that point in my life, I was called hyperactive. Now they call it, I guess, ADHD.
Yep.
But I was always in trouble, and I just recall my mother like having to go to principal's and then dragging me to the car and being like, can't you just shut the fuck up? Why do you got to sit on your hands, shut up, don't talk unless they call on you. What are you doing?
This accent's real.
Yeah.
That's how she talks.
Just shut up. Can't you shut up? It's funny. I went to a set.
The set?
Go to the movie set. First day of shooting.
This is in Oregon or something?
Oregon, Eugene, Oregon. We had rehearsed for a couple weeks. I got to know these kids. I remember coming from New York. I remember being like, all right, I got to like act. I can't let these kids bully me. I got to act tough. And then I was like, this This is different. These are actors. Like they want to
They don't. Yeah.
work. They want to do acting exercises and stuff. They want to have fun. It was a different vibe, you know. It was more survival where I'd come from in the New York City public school system, and so I was having fun and I was comfortable with them, and their energy matched my energy.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I remember the first day of set, we're shooting a scene and we're on set and we're doing The Master. For those who don't know,
scene?
The scene is the junkyard scene where we're sitting around and throwing stones into a can.
Yeah, I think Annette's tits are getting bigger. Think so? Yeah, I think so.
So there's a jump scare kind of thing.
No, there's no jump scare. It's just us talking and goofing around.
But then you cut to this. Like there was something scary at the junkyard. And
there was a dog that comes at the end of this scene.
White shit.
But this is the beginning of the scene.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happens at Stand By Me, Neal. So we're throwing stones in a can and we're doing our lines. And then the scene ends, right? And then I start fucking around, you know, in character, but just I felt comfortable around these guys and I start fucking around. And Rob Reiner, who directed Stand By Me, yells, "Cut." And he yells it, "Cut." And then he yells, "Jerry." And he starts walking towards set. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. Like,
it's my mom again.
Sit on your hands.
Yep.
What are you doing? Shut up. Can't you just do the fucking lines and shut up? He comes in front of the whole crew, everyone, 60 people. And he says, "Jerry, I want more of that. That's what I want. You see that, fellas? That's what I want. I want that. Let's go again." And Neal, it was like a light bulb went off in my body. It was
your home. Yeah, this is what you've been doing, getting in trouble.
I got to tell you, I felt like this is the real me when he said that. Now I know who I am. I didn't know who I was until that point, until he said that. And I thought, oh, this is me.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's okay to be like this.
This is it. This is who I am. It was, and I've been chasing Rob Reiner coming over and saying, "That's what I want, more like that," ever since. So there is something interesting that my wife says. We're going to get back to your child actor thing. My wife says that my relationship, we go to therapy as a couple.
Great.
That I put my career ahead of everything, and it's because I am chasing that high that I got from that, and that feeling of just feeling at home.
Yeah.
Just at home.
Don't you want me to feel good? Subscribe.